Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Pandebonos, Buñuelos, and we also have a couple of empanadas to try because my favorite place added them in. First, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of Pandebonos. Pandebonos originated in the Valle de Cacao region of Colombia. They belong to a category of Colombian bread called amosijas. It has earned the name amosijas because it reflects on Colombian culinary heritage and native ingredients. Pandebonos became a symbol of Colombian culture. First foundational recipe came from the indigenous people of the Andine region. Cavassa, which is yuca, and corn was abundant to this region and a staple ingredient used often. When trade expanded, Spanish conquistadors brought Latin new ingredients, for example, dairy, and old traditions mixed with new traditions and brought the birth of the Pandebonos that we see now. There are a few theories on how Pandebonos were named, but I'm going to leave that for you to decide. Now, Pandebonos are regularly enjoyed in Colombia and the recipe is passed down from generation to generation. Some of the characteristics of the Pandebono is that it's soft and chewy in the center, but it has a golden crust and it's slightly sweetened. It is a staple breakfast food, sometimes also a very common snack. Pandebonos came from the tradition of the indigenous people using corn and yuca, the cavassa that we talked about, together with Spanish dairy and flour. Some of the ingredients and how it is made. Pandebonos have tapioca yuca starch, cornmeal, and cheese. Sometimes they are also baked with egg. A dough is made and then it's baked until it's golden brown. As you can see, this is what it looks like once it's fully baked off. They're delicious. Before I talk about buñuelos a little bit, I'm actually going to bite into this because it is so good and it smells delicious. So good. And the place that I actually get this from, we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but they are one of my absolute favorite. They do this so much justice. Absolutely delicious. Alright, I'm going to set this down on this plate over here and we will continue. So right here in the front of the Pandebonos, we have buñuelos. These actually originated in medieval Spain, and it was believed to be invented by the Moors. Just like Pandebonos, when the Spanish conquistadors brought new ingredients over, the recipes evolved into what it is today. It is believed that buñuelos were created during a siege in Seville when bakers needed a cheaper way to make bread. They were made with a wheat-based yeast dough and at the time consumed by the indigenous people in Colombia once the recipe has adapted. Now, the ingredients of the buñuelo are actually very, very similar to the pandebono. It also has cavassa and corn, but traditionally the two differences mainly between them is that buñuelos are fried and pandebonos are baked. Buñuelos usually don't have eggs, sometimes they do. Pandebonos usually do have egg, but sometimes don't. Now, as you can see, the shape of them is slightly different than what we might have expected, since, as you can see right here, the pandebonos looked flat, but these are actually fried, so they're slightly different. And when the bakers needed a way to get a cheaper way to make bread, they invented the buñuelo because it was such a compact little ball and it filled people up, especially when the decline of Spain was going on. I'm going to try this now as we try the pan de bono, and I will give you a little update on how it tastes. So good. Another difference of the buñuelos from the pandebonos is that the buñuelos are a little bit more savory, while the pandebonos are sweeter. So good. Excuse me. Now, just for fun, I know this isn't necessarily part of what I'm going to be talking about today, but I wanted to try these empanadas because they smell absolutely phenomenal. So empanadas also originated from the indigenous people of Aldine. The meat inside of them was provided from the farm stock that they had, while the shell of the empanada was made out of yuca and corn. This one is a beef empanada, and it is absolutely delicious. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, where did you get all of this Colombian food? Well, a special part of this series is that I'm going to be telling you a place here, locally in Denver, where you can get exactly what I have today. So now, let's get into where I got this wonderful food from. If you've noticed my shirt, this is actually where I got the food from. It is called Tinto Café, and it is off of Broadway. Let me get you an exact address. I will provide an actual address in the description of this video. I do apologize. I thought I had it written down, but I guess I lost it, but that's okay. I'm going to enjoy a few more bites of this delicious food, and I hope you guys tune in next week and hear about what new food I have to talk about.